Hi everyone, thanks so much for being here. Today I'm going to show you a practice that I've been doing pretty much every single day for the past 4 months, normally in the mornings. It's an alignment practice which has led to a lot of huge shifts and big changes in my life, but for the better. So I'd say this practice is for you if you're feeling ready to step into your highest truth and live out your highest purpose, or if you are feeling like deep down you are needing some big changes in your life to happen, you don't know where to start, or if you're just feeling like you could use a lot more guidance in your day-to-day life, even in the mundane daily tasks, for example. And this practice is pretty short, normally about 5 to 10 minutes. So it was very easy for me to incorporate into my daily morning routine. I feel like even if I have to wake up early to rush out for an appointment or for work or something, it's still very much doable, and I don't have to do like a whole yoga meditation routine. I can just like stand and do this one practice, although of course it is my preference to wake up and have a slow morning, do the whole full routine of like yoga, meditation, and then this. So I try to do that as much as possible, but if time does not permit for the rest of those things, I kind of prioritize this and make sure that I do this like literally every single morning. Maybe I've skipped like once or twice in the past 4 months, but prioritizing this has been one of the most surefire ways for me to go about my day in a more patient manner and to be a lot less reactive and to just respond to unpleasant or undesirable situations more calmly instead of being so reactive. But it goes deeper than that. It helps you connect with your high self so that more of your daily actions, speech, and thoughts are more so coming from your heart and your heart's desires and your soul's purpose instead of from your ego, which is very hard to distinguish between the two sometimes. I know there's a lot of meditations out there. There's transcendental, there's visualization meditation, there's mindfulness meditation. This is none of those, I don't think. I just normally call it an alignment meditation, but there is a more formal term for it, I believe, and the name is grounding and Hara line meditation. So I learned this technique from the Barbara Brennan School of Healing, which is an energy healing institute, and its author, Barbara Brennan, who is currently an author. For some context, she used to be a physicist at NASA for a couple years, and then in her later life she kind of ditched that job and used her quantum physics knowledge to do research on the human energy field. And so she used that knowledge to pursue energy healing work, basically. And so now she's got her institutions, and her own books. So I learned this specific meditation practice from there, but also from her book called Light Emerging. It's a very, very informative book with like graphics and figures and everything. So I can summarize a little bit about this meditation. Basically, it involves grounding and straightening your Hara line, which is a line that exists not on the physical dimension and not even on the auric level dimension. An auric field would essentially consist of 7 energetic layers of your own human field. I could be terming this more properly, but anyways, the Hara line exists on an intentionality dimension, which goes deeper than the energetic body dimension. I know it sounds complex, but basically the whole idea is your intention is everything. So if you're connected with your high self and your intentions are coming from that space of alignment, everything in your daily life will work out. Everything in your daily life and in your actions and in your speech, your thoughts, everything will reflect that. And you'll be moving more and more towards your soul's purpose or your soul's task. So ideally, the Hara line is straight and grounding down all the way to the core center of the earth. But it is really common for some of the lines to be jutting out in different directions or just not straight or slanted in some way. It's not easy to be perfectly balanced, but with everything, it takes practice. As long as one is visualizing it to be straight consistently, over time, it will eventually become straight because of your intention and your focus. And this line is also supposed to go through 3 specific points in your field. The first is the Dantian, which is the energy center right below your belly button. It's kind of around where your sacral chakra would be if you happen to be familiar with chakras, but it is not on the dimension of chakras. So that's where the complex bit comes in. But Dantian, basically, it comes from ancient Eastern philosophy, and it is where like spiritual energy comes from, and it's how martial artists are able to chop wood or like cut things with just their bare hands, like in kung fu or karate. It's also where creative flow and creative juice comes from. And the second point that the Hara line goes through is this area right here. So it's just below your collarbones. It's called the seat of the soul. And the third point is this point about 3 inches above your head. You can visualize it as an upside down triangle if you like, but it's termed the individuation point. And it's basically the point at which the soul from the greater consciousness, the greater universe, the void, whatever you want to call it, it's where all the energy gets denser and denser and denser in order to manifest and be born into this heavier physical earthly realm. It goes through that individuation point and then bam, you exist. So that's that. That's the 3 points that the Hara line involves. So if you like, try this Hara line meditation or alignment meditation for a week or so and see if you find anything different in your life, anything shifting. Alignment for me is when everything flows for me and from me with ease and naturally, sometimes even magically. And I do things and I think things and I speak things from a place of calm. And also my actions are for the good of all, not just for myself and the ego. And alignment is also, to me, showing my most authentic self. It also means going after my own heart's desires and living a life that I truly just enjoy and am so passionate about. So that to me is alignment. Well, and it could depend on like your human design. I could also link like a human design chart calculator in the description box if you like, but I'm a generator, so that's how I naturally feel when I am aligned. But if you are something else, like if you are a manifestor or a projector, you might feel different ways when you're aligned, and then certain things just click for you and fall into place, and each thing feels right, and it feels like each step you're taking is not only guided, but is filled with a sense of purpose and is fulfilling to you. So that to me is how I would define alignment. So if you like, you can follow me in this little practice. Basically, you would start standing and have your feet about hips width distance apart or even wider if you like. And then just close your eyes and slightly bend your knees. And place bird beak fingers into your dantian, which is about 1 or 2 inches below your navel. Let me adjust my shirt because that doesn't look very neat. Yeah. So from here you can close your eyes. And start to extend your exhales longer than your inhales. We're just grounding down for now. And for me, I find extending the exhales or even making the exhales audible really helps with the grounding effect. And then feel your feet and your knees start to get heavy, just anchoring down further and further into the earth. You can imagine your dantian as maybe a ball of perhaps orange light. It's an orange glowing ball, an energy center right here. And while keeping your focus on that and feeling the lower parts of your body get heavier, and then making sure you're breathing out, breathing in and out, deeper and deeper. And then now from your dantian energy center, start to imagine a tube or a channel emerging from that center and going downwards. And along with this tube, if you like, can also imagine roots growing from your feet. That could also help you feel more grounded. The roots can follow the channel or the tube if you like. And so this tube now goes down and down, past through your floor. If you're in a semi-story, if you're in a multi-story building, And this tube goes down through all the other floors. And then it goes through the concrete ground, concrete floor of the building, down all the way into the earth, rich and fertile soil. And still it goes more and more down. If your pelvis starts to get heavy here, and the tube descends past the many layers of the earth. There's so many. Until it finally reaches the molten lava core of Mother Earth. You might feel a very subtle jolt here of connection with Pachamama, with Mother Earth. And she is so full of vitality and abundance. And from here, simply hold the intention of allowing. Allow whatever she wants to send to you, allow it to come through, or whatever you think you may need. Just allow that to transfer from her up through the tube, up to the rest of your being. Whatever nutrients she has to offer. Maybe she's just sending you some red light, red colors, or pink clouds of light. And red represents more stability, more groundedness. And pink and green can be very healing. So maybe tune into what feels most right for you and allow that to come through. And feel that floating up through your pelvis, through your dantian. You can even float more and more up your spine, maybe even up through your back and through your spine, your neck, to the crown of your head. Or you can even let the clouds diffuse to the rest of your body, wherever you feel it wants to go. Now that you're safely rooted, point your left hand with the fingers pointing down into the earth, into that molten core. And then very slowly with your right hand, with those bird beaks, try to zip up that energy all the way up through your midline. And have it stop at the area just beneath your collarbones, and then rest your palm on this area. This is a seat of your soul. Have your attention on this space for a few moments. The seat of the soul represents or holds your heart's longing, what you naturally feel called to, what your soul naturally feels drawn to, even if there's no logical explanation. You would feel that excitement, that contentment, that satisfaction here, and that longing, you would feel it here. And as you relax your shoulders and rest your palm on this space, sometimes even a feeling of sweetness, sweet longing can emerge from here. And that's how you're able to distinguish what you truly want versus what your ego wants. And then now with your right hand, have the fingers pointing straight upwards, continuing in your midline. And imagine the Hara line grounding down into the earth is passing through the fingers of your left hand and all the way up to your right fingers. Set the intention to come into alignment. And visualize this Hara line to be really straight as possible. Even if it doesn't feel straight at the moment, just visualize it and it will be so. And now slowly extend that right hand and the right fingers all the way up to about 2 or 3 inches above the crown of your head so that it can meet that upside down triangle, which is the individuation point. Make a connection now with the rest of the universe and the cosmos. And the Hara line extends to this point as well. And here we are opening up to guidance. Maybe here you feel your spine straightening a little bit more, straightening along with the Hara line. From the crown of your head, maybe you feel a connectedness with everything and everyone around you that exists, that has ever existed. Knowing that there's no separation from you and me or between anyone. And if you like, from your crown of your head, you can feel a connection to the sun as well. Incredible source of energy. And take deep breaths. You can stay here as long as you like. For me, I personally like to just kind of bring both palms together in a prayer position at my chest and my heart center, and just here I might maybe spend time talking to my spirit team or my guardian angels or to my high self, or whatever you like, really. Or you can just end this whole practice by just bowing to all that there is, to the universe, to yourself, to whoever is looking out for you in this physical realm and all other realms, your ancestors. And yeah, that is basically the whole alignment practice. Oh. And I don't know about you, but personally, each time after I finish this, I just feel so good and so grounded, and like I can take my time, and my nervous system feels regulated. There's really no need to rush. I can infuse all of my actions with a state of being instead of a state of rush or productivity or feeling like I need to accomplish something. And yeah, just letting that feeling, that alignment guide you and guide everything. Anyways, I feel like yeah, I don't think there's anything more for me to say, but if you do try this for a couple of days or even once, let me know how you feel. I'd love to know. And yeah, it's just like brought about incredible changes in my life, internally and externally, so I just wanted to share it. And thank you so much for receiving and listening and watching. I know it's very esoteric, but whatever that works, you know, whatever helps me, I just want to share it. So there you go. Anyways, I hope you take care. Thank you again for being here, and I will see you very, very soon. Goodbye.